Hiya, Bronwyn Payne has asked if I would do a little video on she's asked if I could describe my life, why I'm following Slimming World, and have I been vegetarian all my life, and how old are my children. So I'm just going to do a little video, kind of like a about me video. So my life at the moment is one I've always wanted to live. I've always wanted to be busy. I've always wanted to be productive. I run a music shop with my partner. So I've always wanted to run a shop, and we've been doing it now for 5 years. They're about to be 5 years in April. It's been a really hard struggle, been really tough, and it is really hard. And most of it's mental, in terms of you don't think you can do well enough, and it's all about trying to train my brain so that I can be the most effective I can be. I know I can do it, and I know I'm not anywhere near my full potential of what I could achieve. But it's a great opportunity, and I am clinging on to it with all 4 limbs, even if I'm not necessarily the best person for the job right now. I just want to keep it going so that I can be the best person I can be for it. I always used to work in retail environments, selling shoes and bags mostly. So that was lots of my jobs in the past. Lots of other things I did was kind of children's workshops and arts and crafts and things like that. So there's an element of the two linking together in terms of creativity and retail. It's kind of music related. My partner at the time when we took over was a musician. Well, still is now, but that's kind of the reason why we took over the music shop. I hadn't played any instruments for a very long time. I play a bit now, obviously. I play piano and I play banjo and I play classical guitar. I'm not amazing at it, but I'm far better than when I first started. So I lead a busy life. I think it could be busier, and I'm always looking for ways in which I can put a bit more in, so I can achieve more and do more. But part of that way is to try and make sure I have enough time off so that I can be more functional when it is time to do things. So my children are 10 and 6 now, so they're both at school. And so my life, on a Monday I take them to school and I come back, and then we go to Body Combat, then we come back and have our cooked breakfast, then we go and pick the kids up, and then I'll feed them food and do a batch cook ready for the next day. And our working week starts on Tuesday, so I've been fitting in a swim as well now, so I get up and I go for a swim, then I come back and then I take the kids to school. My partner gets the kids ready, more or less, then I just sort of top up when I get back. Then I go and open the shop, and we have our lunch at 1:30. Our shop opens at 9:30, and we stop at 1:30 for lunch. I leave at around 2 to 3 to go and pick the kids up, then I take them home, or muddle around if there's after school clubs. Sometimes excuse me, sometimes we'll pop back to the shop, and then I'll do a few bits more with one child, and then go back to pick up the other child, and then we'll go home. Excuse me, but we're usually back home and between the hours of kind of 3:30, 4ish. So Wednesday's the same, but I don't go swimming in the morning. It's good to take the kids to school, go straight to work, get a few bits sorted before the shop opens, do the same, come away at 3. Same for Thursday. On Wednesday and a Thursday my partner doesn't come in the morning, he goes and does his exercises, so I'm on my own in the shop Wednesday until about 12:01ish, and the same for Thursday. But that's good for me because it pushes me to be a more capable and more functional shop owner, because I'm by myself and have to make my own decisions and have to kind of be as strong as I can be and helpful as I can be with no other support. So that's a really good thing to happen. Scary, but good, because it pushes me. And so Friday morning now, I don't go into work. My partner goes and opens up the shop on the Friday, and then I go to I take the kids to school, and then I go and go to Body Pump, which is at 10:05, and then I go in after that, so I end up going to work about 12. We also open the shop on a Saturday, and so when Saturday's there, I stay at home with the kids. Well, stay at home because I'm about to take, but basically my partner goes to work, opens the shop. I go and take my kids to my mum and dad's at about 12 o'clock. My mum and dad look after the kids for a couple of hours. I pop back into town and go to the shop. I give my partner a lunch break because we don't shut the shop on a Saturday. It's just 10 till 4, and I just give him a quick break at around 1ish. And he has some lunch. Then I come away again and go and pick the kids up at around 2. And then I sort of stop and have a cup of tea with my mum and dad, have a little chat. Then I come away about 3:30 and prepare dinner. Evening, the spaghetti bolognese. Usually in the morning I've already prepped the bolognese already, so that's sitting in the oven, like in the wok, and I can just bring it out and heat that up and just cook the spaghetti. And then on Sunday we have we tidy up the house in the morning, and if we manage to tidy up the house by 12 o'clock, we have a list of things that we have to achieve, and that's clean the bathroom, clean the kitchen, clean the corridor, put the clothes away, and all those sorts of normal things. They have to clean their rooms. And if we hit 12 o'clock and we've done everything, then we can have some lunch, and then we can either go swimming, or dependent on the time of the month, in terms of I can't really go swimming if I'm on my period. We play board games other than that, so we've got like a little selection of board games. We have no television on a Sunday, because otherwise we have television on a Saturday morning, they can watch some telly. Obviously we don't have any actual telly, we don't like there's only ever YouTube Kids or anything like that. We don't have any kind of, I don't know, normal telly. We have DVDs or YouTube. So we don't have no telly on the Sunday, and I have to try and be really good and uphold that as well. And I don't watch any YouTube videos, nothing at all. But that allows our brains to activate, ready for the sort of the Monday, because obviously the kids are back to school again on the Monday. So, yeah, that's kind of the routine. So that's how it goes to normal term time. Obviously holidays, slightly different, a little bit of a muddle through. But I just really try my best to try and make sure I've got some level of routine for the holiday times as well. Holiday times, my mum and dad usually take the kids on the Tuesday and the Thursday all day long, and then I go into work, and then we try and pack the work that we can do on the Tuesday fully, and then on the Thursday fully, and that gives my partner a chance to do repairs and things like that he needs to do. If I'm there, obviously I can answer the door so that he can concentrate on repairs. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much my life. Obviously there's other bits in there I haven't really talked about because I can't remember everything, but that's basically what I do. So why am I following Slimming World? I have been overweight. Well, was overweight, because I'm not overweight anymore. I was overweight for a very long time. I grew up kind of tubby. I got very slim as a teenager, just through not eating anything and kind of doing teenagery things. And then I started to put weight back on again once I got to sort of 18, 19. And I wasn't huge by any stretch of the imagination. I remember being weighed by the doctor I was about 11.5 stone, so I was only half a stone overweight. But I felt pudgy. I've always felt kind of pudgy. I haven't felt very lithe or attractive, or I've always felt like a bit, just pudgy. I went on Slimming World before I had my kids. And I lost quite a fair bit of weight. I can't remember exactly how much I lost at that point. It was only like a stone or something like that. I wasn't huge, so it was only a tiny bit, but just a little bit of weight. But then I fell pregnant with my daughter, and the weight kind of just piled on. I think I was about 13 stone after I had her, and I lost a little bit of weight. I think I nearly got down to 11 stone something with after my daughter was born, and I didn't use Slimming World that bit. That was just kind of trying to kind of vaguely look after myself a little bit, and I remember vividly having the flu for 5 or 6 weeks, and I lost a lot of weight, and I got to 11 stone 4. I remember weighing myself and thinking, blimey, I lost loads of weight. But obviously that didn't last, because you can't just lose weight via illness. But also I got pregnant again with my son, and then the weight was piled back on again, and I was still overweight for ages after my son was born. I was over 180 pounds for a very long time, which was about 13 and a half stone for a very long time. I was and it got to about July 2016 that I decided that I'd had enough. I'd had enough of trying to do it by myself. I was trying all sorts of ways to try and lose the weight, but I didn't want to give in and go to Slimming World because it was expensive, obviously, to go along to the groups. I thought I could do it by myself. I thought I was doing calorie controlled diets, all sorts, just loads of stuff. Trying, I'll try and just healthy eating, but nothing really working properly. I mean, I lost a few pounds, but nothing really kind of actually carried on working. So I decided I would just have to do it, because I was in some size 16 jeans, and these size 16 jeans were the only ones that fit me. I had no other trousers, and I used to have to take them off the night before, wash them, and have them ready for the next day, and those were the only trousers I could wear. I couldn't wear any other trousers, so I just felt that I had a fat person uniform, and the only thing I could possibly wear was these things, and I had these special jumpers that were quite they weren't loose and baggy, but they seemed to hold everything in, so I had 3 or 4 of these types of jumpers I used to wear, and I just felt like my whole life had not been, it was a terrible time. Obviously, we'd also started doing the shop at this point, because my son was 1.5 when we took over the shop, and it was just so hard, really hard, being stuck in this body that was just not doing what I needed it to do. Obviously as well, binge eating and comfort eating, and it was at hard times. It was a lot of really stressful times. It was very, very hard, and I think I just felt that I couldn't do it anymore. I certainly couldn't do it by myself, and I was running out of time. I just felt like I was running out of time. I needed to sort something out. I just couldn't do it by myself. So I went along to Slimming World, and I just embraced it, and I went for it. And at the time when I first started, obviously I was eating Muller yogurts and eating eggs and just eating all the different. I mean, I'll touch on being vegetarian. I've been vegetarian all my life. I've been vegetarian since I was born. My mum and dad raised me as vegetarian. I have eaten meat, but just so I know that I could eat it, because I'd never eaten it, and I didn't know what it tasted like, and I thought, well, if I am going to have to, sometime in the future I might have to eat meat if something else available, or I at least try it. But it tasted nothing to me. It's just absolutely tasteless. I've tried all sorts of different types of meat, and it's all disgusting. It's really horrible. Absolutely not any deliciousness whatsoever. and it's really horrible. And fish especially is really disgusting. So I don't need to eat it. So because I've never eaten, brought up vegetarian, because I don't even like it now, I realise that I have no need whatsoever to even attempt to eat it again. So that's, that's me now. I have been trying to be more vegan recently, so I don't eat any more eggs anymore. I don't eat yogurts. I don't eat. I say I don't eat cheese, but I do have mozzarella still on a Monday, and I will occasionally have a little piece of cheese. Because I have mozzarella in the cannelloni, but I don't have any milk anymore. I have almond milk instead. So I'm mostly vegan, but still eat the mozzarella. So I'm a semi-vegan, I suppose. But more likely I'm a vegetarian that eats mostly vegan meals. So yeah, it's and I wear leather shoes, and I'm not a proper vegan in terms of, the kind of ethical side of things. I just eat vegan meals most of the time, just because it makes me feel better. I've never really liked eggs. I sort of obviously even starting Slimming where I ate eggs because they're free, so I tried to eat them more and more, but I'm happy without eggs. I'm not really keen on them really. I do buy kind of proper free range eggs, because most free range eggs, the birds have their beaks kind of cut, so they don't peck each other. But there's the type of eggs, I can't remember, they're called Clarence Brown, I think they're called, and those ones particularly, they don't hurt the beaks, so they're a better free range. So I do buy those for the kids and for my partner, just because it's only it's like £2.20 or something for 6 eggs, and it's only like 50p more than I'd normally pay, and it just makes me feel better that the chickens aren't having them beaks broken. So anyway, why I was following Slimming World. So when I originally did Slimming World ages ago, I did the green days, and so when I followed Slimming World this time around, I just started doing the green days again, but with the speed food included, the third speed. So I tend to have 2 healthy extra Bs and 2 healthy extra A's anyway. I have had that all the way along, just because I could. Because when you do green days, stop recording. Get my head on. Nope, it's caught up with itself. Yeah, I think it's alright. Seems to be recording. So yeah, I did green days with healthy extra B and 2 healthy extra Bs and 2 healthy extra A's, and I found that really effective. I haven't had to change it at all. Occasionally I won't have to, especially now I don't have cheese. I normally just have 1 healthy extra A because I just have my almond milk. I just have that as that. But I found Slimming World easy. It meant I could eat food whenever I wanted to eat food. I never had to be hungry, and I could eat a huge, great big old pile of food. And I could eat whatever I wanted whenever I wanted, and it really, really helped me. Obviously over the time I've had to really work hard at binge eating, and I've obviously slipped off plan on occasions. I've struggled, and I've just eaten stuff just to make me feel better. So that's why I've had to really, really, really push hard at incorporating other joys in my life, so that my body's got something else to deal with, so it doesn't have to use food. I've got some videos before in the vlogs about kind of, discovering other joys, dealing with kind of secret eating and all of that kind of stuff. And Slimming World gave me the flexibility to do that. It set me a plan. I can eat anything I want to, and then it's up to me to choose what I want to eat. So I find Slimming World incredibly freeing for that. There's always something I can eat. I eat a lot of fruit. I plan my meals so I know what I'm going to eat, and I eat basically the same types of meals. Like I have a week a week's worth of selection of meals, and then I repeat that week. It works for me. I have all of the different meals I like. There's no meals that I eat that I don't like. If I'm not enjoying something, I will throw it away and make something else. I don't have to eat anything that I don't like to eat. And it's it's just a brilliant plan. I enjoy it because it forces me to be kind of more inventive of what I'm about to eat. I enjoy it because the moderated parts, the sins parts, allows you to think properly about what you're going to use your sins on. And if you use it correctly, and if you fill up on your free food and your speed food, those sins just add just a little sprinkle of something extra in your life. But if you focus on those free foods and speed foods, then it all works beautifully. I think I'm there. Anything else? I will put at the end my little montagey bit of me at my there's this picture of me and my kids together. It's the Christmas tree, and it's quite a good marker of time because you can kind of see that I lost quite a lot of weight. I was the first one where I'm about 13 stone. I'm about like 190 pounds there, possibly a bit more. I'm not entirely sure, but I know it was a struggle taking that photograph because like my children wanted to take a photograph of me and I didn't really want to do it. But it was a very useful thing to have because of course then I realised, because it was July of that year that I decided to start Slimming World, it was a really good marker because there's a Christmas tree next to it and I could do year upon year. So that year, that Christmas, I was at 11 stone 10, I think. Then there was the following Christmas where I was 10 stone 10. And then I'm hoping for next Christmas to be kind of, pop down, right down to 10 stone. So there'll be this lovely kind of easy recognisable transition through. Obviously, I don't mind if you want to pop some more questions down in the comments. I'm totally fine with that. I haven't got any exciting things, not so much in my life really, but I don't mind answering things about because I think it's really useful to know somebody. I think it helps you connect with them, and so I think it'd be really useful for you to know me so that we can connect together and we can understand why we're doing what we're doing, because it can be extraordinarily hard, and I know how hard it can be, and I've the beauty of Slimming World has really just carried me through. Life gets tough and you just go back to Slimming World and you figure out and you help yourself and you eat the foods you want to eat and you eat it right and you eat it according to plan. And when if you're struggling, you can always find another way to make it work for you, and it's just a great plan. I think it's really, really good, and it really has been the only thing that's been able to help me lose weight, and it's been fantastic. And there's I forgot to say that I forgot to say recently that I've had another non-scale victory in the fact that my bra size has gone down to a 36A, which I've not been a 36A ever. I've always been a 36B, but now I've gone down in size, which is it's just amazing. It's just fantastic. I do not like having big boobs, and I'm very, very comfortable them shrinking. It's just so much easier in life. And also, I got some more gym stuff because I just had some baggy trousers before that I was wearing to the classes, and I've got myself some like a gym outfit from Sainsbury's. It was like just some simple stuff, but it was like some 3/4 legging things and like a little top, it was like a crop top, and it had like a loose vest over the top, and I got myself a zip-up cardigan, and they're all in the size 12. So it's really exciting that not only have I bought gym stuff, because I have never ever in my whole life bought gym stuff. That's just not happened. So not only that, I've managed to I had a reason to buy gym equipment, like gym clothes. They were in a size 12, so that was very exciting. Right, yeah, feel free to ask any questions, and I will do any more videos if you want some more answers of things. And I'm gonna drink my drink, eat my nuts. Just sat there waiting, and I should go to bed as well. See you later. Bye.